Hey gang, welcome back. This is just a brief update for you. I took a moment out from returning and recovering from whatever had ailed me for the last 6 or 7 days, or 6 days, and also I've been looking at my OCS table and willing myself to be ready to jump back in, but I'm not quite there yet. So I thought, as a break, I would quickly read the rules for SAS Rogue Regiment that Nate, the Gimpy Gamer, was so kind to send to me for free. I guess he got an extra comp copy or something like that when he did some videos for them and all that sort of good stuff. He's one of those big influencer guys that get stuff for free. So anyway, he was kind enough to share this with me, which is pretty cool. And last night I set it up, played the first scenario, which is some sort of escape and evade thing where little old Anders here is captured by the Jerrys, and we've got to let Jock come in and save the day, if you know what I mean. Okay, I won't do that anymore. So he's got to move his way across. Let me just get the rules from underneath the camera stand here. He's got to move himself around on the map without being discovered, starting over here and meandering across the map until he gets into a position to be in the same hex as his colleague, and then that's the scenario. Now the scenario starts out because I think it's like a learner scenario. None of the guards that you have here actually move; they're just stationary unless an event card, which is played every turn, says, hey, rotate your dude for, I guess this is on the stealth side here. So rotate your dude anti-clockwise, as the case might be. And then these guards are just they're gonna rotate around, right? So fairly straightforward game, and I'm not going to get into all the mechanics and all the rest of it because there's lots of cool videos out on this game, and they're going to do a much better job of explaining things than I will. But here's what struck me. Firstly, quality of components and finished product. Really, really nice. Everything's got this nice top-down view, which it's kind of nice for this particular sort of man-on-man skirmish scale thing. I like that. But then you've got these basically these character cards that is going to give, when the Germans get hit, they drop dead, one hit, one kill type of thing. But you'll have, as Jock's going to have a couple of steps here to absorb damage, as the case may be, and then depending on what weapons he's using, he's going to influence the stealth ranking on the map that will alert all of the enemy to the fact that there's a bunch of SAS guys running around trying to do bad things. And then they've got special equipment and bits and pieces. There are vehicles in the game as well. There's 3 expansion packs that I received that have event cards and event decks in them as well. There's a whole swag of these different vehicles, and they're full of troops and armored cars and boats, and I think that's a submarine. I don't know. Explosions occur and stuff happens. Artillery, as you can see, all sorts of good stuff, right? So it's a fantastic package of goods. Quite a few scenarios in the mission book. I forget how many there are. Let's have a look. Well, it doesn't. Let's go to the back here. 9 missions in the box. You can tweak them all, of course, I guess, and edit them as you see fit. That would be very, very easy to do. And then the expansions each have at least one scenario in them. It took me about 10 minutes to read the rules. Now, the rules are a little different for me. You start with this one paragraph overview, and then you jump immediately into the board and the squares and different types of terrain as an overview. And there's 4 pages of overview here. Then it talks about the different components and spawning tiles and things like that. And then it sort of jumps into the actual gameplay, I guess. And it's really very straightforward. The operators are going to do their thing. They're going to move either 1 or 3 hexes, depending on how many action points they spend for the turn. They have 4 action points a turn. Then the enemy is going to do its thing, depending on whether we're in the stealth phase, stealth section of the game, of the scenario, or the battle section. I was in the stealth section for 90%, 95% of the scenario, and you've got this stealth rating that gradually drops down, and these event cards, sometimes all the event card will be is, oh, you lose a stealth rating, right? So you can choose either easy or hard. So you can play starting at a 7, which means life is a little bit easier, or a 5. And so for me, with this particular scenario, where was it? We went from 5 to 4 to 3 real quickly. And then I think I fired my gun, and that dropped it down another couple, or someone saw me or something, and it drops it down another one. So you can go to active for all of the guards very quickly. So it's a game of stealth movement. Getting in, getting out without getting caught is the perfect mission. Popping into battle mode probably makes things pretty hairy pretty quickly. I only ended up having to shoot my weapon because of a random event. I was here behind the bad guy, and I was about to knife him and assassinate him, which wouldn't affect the stealth bell or whatever. And so, but the random event got him to move at 1 rotation, which then meant that I was adjacent to him and I could be seen. And so he was about to shoot me, so I shot first, killed him, 1 shot, 1 kill kind of thing. Rescued Anders, and that's the end of the scenario from there. But in the larger scenarios, you've got these tracks on the map that allow you to, well, it doesn't allow you, but these guys move along these patrol paths, right? And there's black soldiers and white soldiers, just so they go on the white tracks and the black tracks, and each of these guys is going to move around, and you've got to time your movement to get in and out and do whatever it is you're doing, whether you're laying explosives or rescuing someone or killing someone or something's going on, I don't know. So, I had a lot of fun. It took me maybe 20 minutes to play, plus another 10 or 15 making notes and doing things, because I wrote a quick little story up it's very evocative, so very rich narrative out of all this is, I guess, the main takeaway for me. So I'll be playing this again just because it's fun. I will say, the box is really substantial and an awkward size for the bookshelf, which is just friggin' annoying, but it is what it is. And I enjoyed it, had a lot of fun with it. So it's Rogue Regiment. I have no idea how much it costs. I have no idea how much the expansions are. It's got to be a relatively expensive game. Just looking at the finished product, I'm guessing this was some sort of Kickstarter thing. I do recall seeing this on Kickstarter and being very curious about it, but then promptly forgot to register my interest and buy it. So now I've got a free copy, and we'll give it another run. So if you want something light and fun, want something as an introductory game, want something that feels like a little bit like a World War II movie, James Bond movie, or something like that, this is probably your huckleberry. And anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the vid. Roll dice. Talk to you soon.